Hello, I'm Kori Nicole with Where's the Buzz TV, and I'm here with Adrienne. How are you?
I'm so good. We just had the premiere yesterday and I'm just buzzing.
Oh my God, you're still on like cloud nine. Yes, we have to we're gonna talk about that for sure, because I'm sure the premiere was amazing because you're starring alongside Amy Adams in Nightbitch. So that's, the title in itself, I love it.
It worked out so well. I was like,
So
I
how,
feel all the
yeah,
buzz while I'm on Where's the Buzz?
exactly. It's so cute. So how did you feel about the premiere? Like, let us know how that went.
Just like casually phenomenal in the Academy Award building. It was great.
Right.
It was so nice to see Amy again and to see Mari and to see all the other women who made this project so amazing. And it was so good to watch it with other people in a theater because the reactions were just like people were laughing so much. People were
Yeah.
gasping at all the right places and even places I didn't expect. Like the energy in the theater was electric. And so it just lit up my whole heart to see it resonating so deeply with the audience.
So what did you really pull from this film experience? Did you really resonate, with the overall like message? What are you most excited for fans to take away from like the film?
Okay, so your question is what am I most excited for fans to take away from the
Yes.
film?
Hmm.
I think this shows a version of motherhood as a real, visceral, dirty, beautiful transformation. So it's not like some other movies that I've seen where it shows a mother feeling like neglected or frustrated. That's part of the story, but the story is so much more about reclaiming her identity. And I haven't seen a lot of projects like that before. So it was really an honor to be a part of a story that so many people have lived through, but that we've so rarely seen on the screen. I'm hoping to become a mother in in the next 2 years or so. So it feels like it was a real master class in what to expect and to go into it with like really aligned expectations. So it was such a gift and such a pleasure to be a part of it.
No, honestly, because like you said, like commend mothers on that. Like Phil, that's a job. That's literally a
It's
24
a
hour
whole
job.
job with no benefits,
No benefits,
no
right?
off hours.
No off hours. And it's like I feel like a lot of people underestimate what it really takes to be a mother. And of course, like the identity crisis you can have when you do become a mom, because it's like, okay, I'm still my own person, but I'm also this and this and this to someone else. And also, the same struggles that people go through. So even when you were, of course, going through this film and like, prepping for it and preparing for like for the role, what inspirations did you take? Like, did you do anything in particular, like just to prep for the overall, like your role in this film? Or how was that just preparing?
So to prep for the role, the very first thing I did was pick up the book by Rachel Yoder. It was published in 2021, bestseller. You can see why. It's so different from any other book I've read before. It's stream of consciousness of this woman, mother, and her baby and this life that she's living. So I read that and obviously read about my character in it too, Sally, in the book. And I think and it's the script is different from the book because it has to be. It's a different medium, so there were changes that had to be made. Um, but I felt like that got me really tapped into the reason behind the story, like getting in touch and really feeling the source material and then understanding my role in that source material. So that was where I started, and that was what really, started lighting me up about the project.
No, for sure. Because even doing background on your training, you've had immense of like training with acting, like in theater, right? So like you're very like commend you honestly, because I know that that is some intensive training, but that's what it takes to really be that actors, like that performer. So even pulling from your experiences from training and actors are looking at you and watching you, like what advice would you give to them? Like would you suggest to go a certain route, or what would you like recommend if they were like aspiring to be in the position that you are?
I would recommend to aspiring actors, this is the thing I wish someone had said to me. I had so many wonderful mentors, and I found that a lot of people would give the advice that had worked for them, which makes sense, right? Um, I find that creating my own path and sort of listening to that gut intuition. That's the best advice I can give, because the thing that's so right for one person could be so misaligned for the other person. So I think getting really clear on what works for you, try many things, but notice what really makes you feel locked in and honest and engaged, and lean towards that, because that will always lead you towards something that's right for you.
No, honestly,
That's my number one.
yes.
And
No,
I'll
I
even
agree as well. As an actress, I agree because that's, I mean, a lot. Honestly, I feel like a lot of things are so underrated because they don't typically see what goes into really prepping for like a film or a production, and it's a very grueling process. Sometimes it takes months. It can take however year duration. So I really appreciate that your love for the craft is definitely, it's portrayed like throughout whatever work that you do. So we do, of course, appreciate you in the media entertainment field. And we would love to see more from you. So do you have anything that you are looking forward to, like that's coming out? Like, of course, outside of, Nightbitch, but anything that you would love to see yourself on or yourself a part of or anything like that in the future?
I would love to be. I'm a big fan of Denis Villeneuve and the Dune movies and those Zendaya. So any
Yeah.
opportunity, I was like, that part. I mean, any opportunity to play like Zendaya's older sister, that would be the dream.
That's good. It's
Yeah.
truly. Yes.
And then I'm in development on a film project as well. I don't want to say too much about it, but it's about my favorite thing to talk about, which is manifesting. And I think it gives um, the advice I wish I had gotten from an older sister when I was when I was like in college or right out of college. So it's like how to manifest the life you actually want when you haven't been so far.
Oh my God, no, that's truly like that just full circle because manifestation has been a common theme I've been hearing. So for you to, it just confirms literally that's like manifestations should not be overlooked because people again don't realize that you're really powerful in that and affirming yourself and actually working towards those goals. So you've really seen your manifestations like come true along your career, like since you've gotten that advice, or how do you feel like you go about practicing like your manifestations and affirmations of yourself in your career?
Oh, good. I'm so glad you asked. This is my favorite thing to talk about. So I really like this process called To Be Magnetic. This woman, Lacey Phillips, created it. And it goes with the idea that we're all manifesting all of the time. Like we're always inviting in or responding to things according to whatever we've picked up. The idea is that you want to start to become conscious about what you manifest, because we've have all this subconscious like pain, shame, and programming that we picked up in childhood. How do you notice those patterns that you've picked up that aren't serving you? And how do you start to change them? Like, how do you start to change your subconscious so that even if you're consciously saying you want something, but your subconscious says, oh, I'm not ready for that. I don't know how to handle that. Or, oh, if I get that, then, my friends won't be my friends anymore. Like, I'll be strange to them or something like that. Like, doing the work so that and in this case the work is like doing some meditations and journaling and really getting clear on like what are the stories that you're holding on deep down that you picked up as a kid, and are those stories still working, or do you want to change them? So for me it's been a big process of changing those stories I picked up in childhood and starting to rewrite them, which is why Nightbitch was so cool, because I'd actually made a list of what I wanted in a project, in an ideal project. Yes, I was like, I want it to be a statement, like have a message that I believe in. I want to work with A-list talent. I want to be, fairly compensated. I want to feel expanded and inspired while I'm on set. And all of those things came through in Night Bitch.
I love that for you. And that's truly like a testimony. I love that for you. So many people are going to be inspired to even know that story, like, these things actually work. Like, people don't just talk about it. You really have to commit to that.
Like
You
doing
have
the
to
deeper work
commit.
and noticing when you're like, oh, I'm continuing to live this old pattern. Like I need to get to the root of what that's about. What part of this old behavior is serving me, and how do I teach myself that this new behavior is going to serve me more? In the case of Night Bitch, I you mentioned all the acting training that I did so much, and I'm so grateful for the training that I had, but I was in such a mindset of I have to do my homework and check off all the boxes and get it exactly right. That's the only way I'll book something. And I wasn't booking things. I get callbacks and stuff, but I wasn't booking. And it wasn't until I met with the coach who said, you're trying to prove that you deserve to be here. You're trying to get an A for your work. What if your only job is to be your whole self in the audition? Like say the lines, obviously, like do the, but like what if the job isn't to book the job? What if your job right now is just to be yourself on camera? And I was like, okay, I'll try it. And the first thing I tried it with was Nightbitch.
Oh my gosh, that was a sign. It was, I know you told the coach, you were like, you may be onto something. You were like, did you go back and let them know and be like, you know what?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sala Kyobi. Shout out. She's great. She's a to be magnetic coach and now has her own coaching.
Yeah,
She's great.
I love that. And of course, I'm sure fans are going to be super excited to give their responses, like to the reactions to the film. So how are you even preparing for that and the different type of, it could be a range of positive or negative reviews. So are you preparing for that or are you excited to see the reactions?
Excited to see the reactions. I think this is so different and weird. And I think whenever you're doing something different or weird or outside the box, there are always going to be people who don't get it. And that's fine. It's not their job to. It's my job to make something that I believe in, and it's your job to watch things and have an opinion. Like it's all good. But the responses so far have been overwhelmingly positive. So that has been a blessing.
No, that definitely is a blessing, and I hope that you continue to receive those because you deserve it. Such a sweet person, sweet soul. And I cannot wait, for your career to continue and its longevity. You're doing amazing. We love you. Fans are gonna love you. Like this is amazing opportunity and experience.
Well, Kori, the love is reciprocated because I see you Emmy winning. Yes, yes. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Model, host, actress. You be doing it all in these. I see you. I see you out here, and it's such an honor to be interviewed by you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I appreciate that so much. And again, I'm so thankful that you're here with us, Adrienne, on Where's the Buzz TV, starring alongside Amy Adams and Nightbitch. It's going to be amazing, y'all. And thank you so much again.
Thank you for having me.